Hey guys, it's Steph and thanks again for joining me today. In my last video, I told you guys all about the different bills that you would find in Peru, the different faces on there, the archaeological sites, and their connection to Peru or the individuals on the front of the bills. So if you have not had a chance to look at that video yet, definitely be sure to click on the video up here somewhere if you want to learn more about Peru's history. This video today, as I promised you guys, was going to be all about counterfeit bills and how to identify them. So according to one of my main sources that I use for my videos, limaeasy.com, in November 2010, Peru was named the counterfeit cash capital of the world. And that's obviously not something to be proud about, but that is a strong indicator that you might encounter counterfeit money at some point during your visit, and if you're going to be here for a long period of time, then you might have greater chances of coming into contact with fake money. As I mentioned in my last video, updated versions of the bills were introduced in 2011, and as you can probably already guess, this was mainly done to combat counterfeiting because there were even stronger security measures put onto these new bills. And in this video today, we're going to focus mainly on the bills or banknotes, however you want to call them, because they're of greater value. But it is entirely possible to encounter counterfeit coins as well, but that's mainly for the coins worth 5 soles and 2 soles. Alright, so Peruvian money is printed on 100% cotton, so it definitely feels different from paper. And I'm quite sure that American money as well, dollars, are also printed on 100% cotton because the texture of a Peruvian bill is very similar to that of an American dollar. At least for me it is, because I've only been exposed to Mexican pesos and euros and dollars and soles. And the Peruvian sol, the banknote, feels pretty much the same as an American dollar to me. And definitely euros and pesos, they feel totally different. They are like plasticky and feel strange at first. But this feels like real money to me, and I'm sure that if you're from the US or you've had contact with American dollars, then it will feel quite similar. Back when the new designs came out, they had this campaign called Toque, Mire y Gire, which basically means feel, look, and tilt. And this was an attempt to make it really easy to identify a fake bill from a real one, and especially for the new bills. And so today we're going to mainly focus on that because it's an easy way to teach you guys to identify real bills from fake bills. And even though the bills, both old and new, but especially the new bills, have like all kinds of security measures, it's really unrealistic to try to like do all of them when you're out and about in the streets, because sometimes you won't even have like the little equipment that you need in order to do it anyway. The first step in this 3-step process of identifying a real bill from a fake bill is feel. So you want to feel for the texture, make sure that it doesn't feel like paper. While you're touching the bill, you want to feel for relief printing or raised images. I don't have an old bill with me, but on the old bill here at the top, you will have Banco Central de Reserva del Perú printed on top, so you can feel along that to see if it feels raised. Or also on the right side of the old bills, you'll have here a picture of the emblem, and that should be raised as well. On the new bills, however, you'll feel the raised lines, especially on the faces of the people on the front part of the bill. Keep in mind, however, that age and wear will negate some of these properties, so it might not be that noticeable when you're trying to touch the bill, but that does not mean that the bill is not real. It just means that it's been worn down and you just can't feel it as much anymore. The next step is look. So what you want to do is you want to hold this bill up to a light source so that you can see the watermark. And the watermark will be on both old bills and new bills. It will be in the area where there is no printing at all. The watermark should look three-dimensional and it should have different thicknesses to it. This is especially noticeable on brand new crisp bills. You can really feel the difference in the thickness of the paper, but once the bill has been worn a little bit, you can't really feel that so much. And that's not to say that it's not a perfectly good bill. It just means it's been worn down and you can't really feel it anymore. And what you'll notice is that on fake bills, if you ever encounter one, the watermark on a fake bill will look printed on, and it will also look a bit blurry as well. And the watermarks that you see on the bills will have the same image of the person whose face is on the front of that bill. Another thing you can look out for as you're holding the bill up to the light is in the middle of the bill you'll have a security stripe. It's not that noticeable here, but maybe you can see that. And that's one more indicator that that's a real bill, and you will see the security stripe on both bills, the old version and the new version. One more thing that you can look out for as you're holding the bill up to a light source is on the new bill, you'll see here that the number looks incomplete. But what happens is when you hold it up to the light source, the back part will fill up the number, so it'll look like a complete number once you're looking up at it from a light source. The last step is tilt. So as you're holding the bill up to the light source, what you want to do is you want to bring it down to eye level horizontally, and you want to tilt it back and forth. And what you're going to look out for here is the big number on the front of the bill should change color. So on the new bills, it's here on the left side of the face, and on the old bills, it's going to be here on the right. But either way, if it's an old bill or a new bill, this thing here should change color. So in this case, it's purple, and when I tilt it, it looks kind of greenish. This is an easy way to spot a real bill from a fake because it is easy to identify, but it's very difficult to counterfeit. And also, as you're holding it up at eye level, what you're also looking out for is you want to see a hidden number, the value of the bill. Here, if it's on a new bill, you want to look for the hidden number on the face of the person that's on the bill. And if it's on an old bill, then in a little square box or something, you'll see the same value. So I'm not sure how well you guys might be able to see that, but here next to his like collar or something, I can see the number 10 printed on, I don't think it's that noticeable here, but the number 10 is right here in this little area. And on the old bills, as I said, you'll have like a little box here. So as you hold it up, you should be able to see the value of the bill in that little box as well. I mentioned to you guys just a second ago that as you're holding the bills up to the light source, you'll see the security stripe in the middle of the bill. Now for the new bills, for the new 100 and 200 sol bill, the security stripe is visible without holding it up to the light source. You have here these little lines here, and when you move this bill back and forth, you should see little fish moving up and down, but sideways. They move in different directions as you tilt the bill around. And this is only true for the new bills worth 100 and 200 soles. I'm gonna try to show you guys, maybe you guys can see the effect. Do you see the fishies moving? And they move in different directions. So that's one way of definitely spotting a fake 100 or 200. All right, and lastly, as I mentioned, you can encounter fake 5 sol coins and 2 sol coins. And you know, in my experience, what I've noticed is that fake coins feel a lot lighter than the real ones. That's noticeable to me. It may not be noticeable to everyone. Also, with the coins, as you can see here, there's like 2 different colors. So you might notice like a space in between the 2 circles, the inner and the outer part. And that's because they just didn't put it on right, I guess. I don't know, but that's another indicator as well. And you may notice sometimes that fake coins are really worn because they kind of try to wear them down so they can pass off as just being a really worn real coin. So they may be like too worn down, or they might have like little chunks taken out of them. It might look like, I don't know, like it's really beat up. So those are just some ways to try to spot fake coins. Alright you guys, so that's it for this video. I really hope that this helps you a lot and that you feel much more comfortable now handling Peruvian money, and you feel more capable of being able to identify a real bill from a fake bill. If you want to know more about the other security measures that these bills have, then you can definitely check out the website for the central bank in Peru. I will link that in the description below. And the website is in English and in Spanish, but when I wanted to look at the explanation for the different security measures, in the English version, they didn't have that available. So the only way for you to see like all of the different ways of spotting a real bill from a fake bill is if you look at it through the Spanish version, and I will have that direct link in the description below, so you can just click on that and familiarize yourself. And yeah, that's it. So if you really liked this video, if you found it useful, if you feel more confident now that you can handle Peruvian money without getting conned, then definitely give this video a thumbs up or a like wherever you're watching it from. Share it with anyone that may benefit from watching this video. And yeah, if you want to subscribe to my channel, you can always subscribe. I always look forward to your comments, so leave a comment below and if you want to say something to me. And if you want to follow me on social media, then feel free to do that as well. My social media stuff is up here somewhere. So thanks again for your time, and I hope to see you soon. Take care. Bye. The back side will complete it, so you'll see the whole complete number. Hey, no, don't take my money. My cat's taking my money here. After a very frustrating afternoon trying to record, this is how I chillax. I eat Peruvian popcorn. Oh yeah.